we finally have some exciting news about Episode 3 of The Amazing Digital Circus. It's been quite a while since we've received any updates, likely because Glitch Productions has been focusing on the final episode of Murder Drones, which is confirmed to be released on August 23rd. Now, thanks to Gooseworx's recent post on Tumblr, it seems we're getting closer and closer to the release of Episode 3 of The Amazing Digital Circus. One of the images Gooseworx shared on her Tumblr came with the caption, "I love when lighting starts coming in, and I can start posting out-of-context screenshots without any elaboration." In this photo, we see Kane and Zooble, and it looks like they might be arguing. It's possible that Kane teleported into Zooble's room without her permission, just like he did with Pomni in the previous episode. Maybe Zooble is annoyed because she doesn't want anyone entering her room uninvited, which is perfectly understandable. The room in the image seems to be Zooble, given its yellow color, red couch, and the presence of a lamp, a setting we've never really seen before. Based on the painting on the wall, it seems to be a room inside the circus tent. It makes sense that it could be Zooble's room, as she is set to be a main character in the upcoming episode, along with Kinger. Alternatively, this could be another room in the circus, since this space lacks personal touches that you'd expect in someone's private area. Pomni room, for example, is clearly marked by her specific colors and toys that relate to her character. The circus is large, so it's also possible that Kane teleported Zooble somewhere else and they're having a discussion there. Zooble might not appreciate Kane trying to make her do something she's not interested in. However, it doesn't seem logical for her to get too angry, as showing anger might not be effective with Kane. As an AI, he might not understand emotions well, or maybe he doesn't process them the same way humans do. Looking closely at Zooble in the picture, you'll notice that her right antenna has changed to look like a unicorn horn. This could be a nod to some sketches Gooseworx shared on Twitter some time ago, where she drew herself with a unicorn horn. Her other antenna has also changed back from the yellow arrow to a black and white two-pronged stick. Zooble wings have also undergone a change, from being completely pink to now having pink stripes on a yellow wing. Additionally, she's not wearing the black and white striped square chest piece seen in Episode 2. One of her arms seems to have changed too, going from a purple stick with bumps to a blue stick. Since we can't see her full body, it's possible she has changed one or both of her legs as well. This brings up an interesting thought. Does Zooble have favorite body parts? Gooseworx once mentioned that Zooble has a Zooble box in her room, where she can choose different body parts to wear, swapping them as she pleases. Perhaps Episode 3 will show us how this process works. Is it painful for her to change parts? It doesn't seem so, considering that Jax once removed her arm and used it as a back scratcher without causing her visible discomfort. She even lost her head and reattached it without any sign of pain. It seems like Zooble might be unique among the circus members in being immune to pain, or at least she has a high tolerance for it. Interestingly, we see Zooble wearing the black and white antenna from Episode 1, even though it's Episode 3, suggesting that she might like repeating certain outfits or combinations of body parts. My guess is that this image might be from the beginning of the episode, and perhaps Zooble and Kane aren't actually fighting. Knowing their personalities, it's likely that Kane is trying to persuade Zooble to join the others on an adventure, while Zooble is reluctant, feeling more annoyed than angry. Maybe Kane keeps pestering her about it, and she's losing her patience. It's also possible that Kane might eventually convince Zooble to go along, as the episode is supposed to focus on her and Kinger. So, if the story revolves around her, it would make sense for her to join the adventure. On the other hand, the plot might be divided, with Zooble staying behind, while the focus shifts to Kinger on his adventure. Considering how Gooseworx emphasized Zooble's dislike for adventures, this scenario could be possible. However, I hope Zooble will participate in at least one adventure, just to see how she would handle it. It would be interesting to see her exploring a place like the Haunted Mansion. Another thing we can infer about the next episode is that it will likely be the third day of Pomni time at the circus. The first two episodes covered days 1 and 2, so naturally, Episode 3 would show her third day in this strange new environment. Pomni will still be adjusting to her new surroundings. Fans might finally get to see the highly anticipated scene where Kinger, armed with a shotgun, seems to be dealing with a trap door. This is a moment many have been eager to see since even before Episode 2 was released, and I have a guess as to when Episode 3 of The Amazing Circus will come out. And I'll explain now why I think so. Before Pilot comes out, first Killer Drones comes out, About 13 days later, a short clip of Killer Drones comes out. Then after another 20 days, a clip on the Amazing Digital Circus also comes out. And what we see, also 20 days later, the pilot itself comes out. Compared to the first episode, the second episode was already coming out faster. And again, we see that after the episode of Drones, there is a short clip and also a short clip of the Amazing Digital Circus. And soon the second episode comes out. But the most important thing is that the gap between these clips is already shorter. And after a month, episode 2 comes out. So I'm assuming that by September 20th, episode 3 of the Amazing Digital Circus will be out. Share your theory with me in the comments, and I will definitely read them and add the best comments to the next issue. Thanks for watching, subscribe, and click on this video here.